Hi everybody, Malice here again with another video and take 2 of the Champions of Contagion detachment review. Now, I did already record this and the Shamble What... I'll look at my note here. The Shamble What Victorium review, but after being told by a commenter and inspecting everything myself, the audio sounded like a Dalek locked in an elevator which had been thrown into a swimming pool. So they've been yeeted and now we're getting re-recorded. So let's get into the Champions of Contagion. The detachment rule, manifold maladies. At the start of the battle round you can select one of the plagues listed in Nurgle's gift. Until the end of a battle, that is your chosen plague instead of any previously chosen plague. So, a bit of utility. Maybe if you went in, you picked a plague going into the game, and you thought, and it's not quite working out the way you envisioned. You can use this detachment rule, swap it to one of the others. Job's a good one. So yeah, that's a nice detachment rule. Very solid. Now let's go into the enhancements. And we'll start off with the final ingredient, one for the Biologus Putrefier. Once per battle, after the bearer's unit has fought, if one or more character models were destroyed as a result of those attacks, select one plague. Until the end of the battle, whilst an enemy unit is afflicted, that unit has the effect of the selected plague in addition to any other. So again, it's something that sort of dovetails and synergizes with the detachment rule. One unit can have multiple plagues on it. Not a bad enhancement. Next up, we've got the Visions of Virulence for the Malignant Plague Caster. While an enemy unit is enfeebled by the bearer's pestilent fallout ability, that unit is also afflicted. Solid enough. Not overly spectacular, but not bad either. It's one you can make a case for including it in the army. You can make a case for not using it. It's solid enough. We like it. Next up, Needle of Nurgle. Now this one I think will be popular. That's for the Plague Surgeon. Each time the bearer uses his Tainted Narfessium ability, you can return up to D3 destroyed models to the bearer's unit instead of one. So, yeah. A way to keep your Plague Marines or another unit of taking a licking and giving a kicking. Very good enhancement. We do like this one. I'd say this one's up there as one of my picks of the bunch. And finally there's Cornicophagus. I probably made a complete hash of pronouncing that. But regardless, it's for the new boy, the Lord of Poxes. In the declared battle formation step, select one plague until the end of the battle. Whilst the enemy unit is within contagion range of the bearer, the enemy unit has the effect of that plague in addition to any other. So again, like the final ingredient, you can give a unit 2 plagues, but maybe the Cornicophagus, checking my pronunciation, is probably the easiest of the two to trigger off. I'd give it that all of these enhancements are good, and you can probably spot the winning theme with this detachment. It's a detachment celebrating the Death Guard's various mini characters, so stuff like the Biologus Putrefier, the new Lord of Poxes, the Plague Caster, and if we skim some of the other stuff. So it's basically this detachment's basically about the Death Guard mini characters. But these enhancements, I mean, they're all good. None of them are bad. I think if I had to pick a pick of the bunch for me, it would be the Needle of Nurgle. I mean, making one unit in an already tanky army even tankier by just being able to bring dudes back. You can't complain at. The Cornucophagus, I think, would take the silver medal for me, followed by the final ingredient. Visions of Virulence is good, but I think the other three edge it out for the podium places, if you like. So let's now move into the stratagems for this detachment. Blessings of Faith, use it in your shooting or the fight phase. On a Death Guard unit, Death Guard attached unit from your army that has not been selected to fight, shoot or fight. Till the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack, an unmodified hit roll of 5+ scores a critical hit. We'll take that. So the chance of getting an automatic wound with this stratagem turns from a 1 in 6 to a 1 in 3. Doubles your odds. We like that. Now again, I should mention with stratagems, like I have done in all these detachment reviews, unless I say otherwise, they cost 1 command point. And speaking of ones that cost more than 1 command point, we move into a 2 command point one. Malignance Magnified. Again, you use it in your shoot or your fight phase on a Death Guard attached unit from your army that hasn't been selected to do either of those things. And until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a unit below its starting strength, you can re-roll the hit and wound roll. So a bit of a vulture thing really. If a unit's been softened up, you can spend 2 command points to get re-rolls to make your life a bit easier to potentially take them off the board. Not a bad stratagem, but Death Guard don't have a lot in terms of getting command points back like other factions do. So for that reason, 2 command points can be a bit of a steep cost for a couple of rerolls. It's not bad, but there's better options, I feel. One of them coming up now, Grotesque Fortitude. You use it in your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase just after an enemy unit has selected its target, and you use it on a Death Guard army that has been selected as the target for one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Until the end of the phase, add 2 toughness characteristic of models in your unit. Again, how to make an already tankier army even tankier. Double the annoyance with that to use that stratagem on the unit that has a Plague Surgeon with the Needle of Nurgle in it. If you do manage to take any of those Plague Marines down, you just use the Plague Surgeon's ability and chances are you're going to get some of them back. Yeah, we like that. I like that stratagem a lot. Next up we have a Rapid Infusion. Use it to start the fight phase. 1 Death Guard unit from your army that includes 2 character units. Until the end of phase, your unit has the fight first ability. Now this is a very nice one, dependent on the unit you use it on. Now again, say you have that unit of Plague Marines with the Plague Surgeon with the Eye of Nurgle. Stick a load of Poxers in there, who is an absolute beast in close combat, by the way. You pop this, all of that, you have a melee unit of Plague Marines built largely for melee. Pop this stratagem, all of them get to fight first. Yeah, that can get messy. And there's a lot of other units you can use on melee build, Blight Lord Terminators, Death Shroud Terminators, to name but a couple of more examples. That is a very good stratagem. Next up, Mobile Vector. You use it in your movement phase before a reinforcement step on a Death Guard character unit that isn't leading a unit. Select one other friendly Death Guard unit, excluding Battle Shocked unit and attached units that already have 2 leader units, or one of your character units leading it within 2 inches horizontally and 5 inches vertically, of your unit that your unit can lead. Your unit attaches to that unit as a leader, change that unit's starting strength accordingly. Basically, it's a wordy way of saying you can use this on a character that's flying solo and attach them to a unit they can join. Could be useful if a said character's in a high and dry scenario and put them in with some bodies for a bit of protection for them. So it's not bad. It's solid. I think there's certainly a couple of better stratagems within this detachment. And finally, we have the death heads use it in your shooting phase on a biological purify unit from your army that is not within engagement range of one or more enemy units and has not been selected to shoot this phase. Select one enemy unit, excluding vehicles that is within 8 inches and visible to your unit. Till the start of your turn, that unit has the effect of all plagues. So again, a winning theme for this detachment being able to put more than one plague on stuff. Death Heads just goes all in with your putrefy and just goes, fine, you're close to me. Yeet, have all three. Again, another very good stratagem. I think there's four of the 6 will definitely see more use than others. Malignance Magnified, for an like I said before, for an army that doesn't really have command point regeneration, it's a bit, 2 command points is a bit of a steep cost for rerolls, as good as rerolls can be. And the mobile vector, yeah, it might have its uses, but it just seems a bit situational for me. I mean, if you want to have a character in a unit, just put them in the unit from the start rather than spending the command point by going, oh, you're going over there. There's uses, but I think it's a bit too situational for my tastes. But overall, I quite like this detachment. Is it my favourite in the book? No, that one goes to the Death Lord's Chosen. But it's certainly one, if I played Death Guard, I would strongly consider using. And that wraps up our look at the Champions of Contagion detachment. So, what do you guys think? As always, let me know in the comments and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!